I'm ready for it. What I'm going to get you? Listen, I have good news for you. You remember my youngest son?
He was born yesterday.
He's getting married. Yes, everybody's getting married in the village now. So I want to invite all of you.
Where is he? Nancy, where are you?
I'm coming, Paul. I'm still working the house.
Oh, yeah.
I want all of you to come. Because you
Are we
remember-
going to drink too?
Yeah.
Oh, you know I'm there. You know I'm...
Nelson, when you finish with your grandmother, I want you to go to my wife. Ask her to give you my bag of tobacco. Don't forget now.
Yes, Tata.
He's very hard-working.
Yes, he reminds me of my early days. When I used to be about you know what I used to do? Oh, I used to go to the jungle. Oh yes, I was the bravest boy in the whole village. I go to the jungle and I would see Elan, the lion. Eat! I'm telling the truth. Then I would see the hyena. Ugly one. Eat! I killed the hyena. I would see big snake, three-head snake. One day. I killed this. One day, something was moving in the forest. I went to see. He was a big rat. And what did he do? He jumped right here. Nelson, come back here. Let me see your steak. What kind of steak is this? Why? Nelson, who gave you this? Go back to my house. Ask my wife to give you the steak that is hanging behind my door. So listen, it is a special steak. It was given to me by my father. My father was given by his mom. I want you to have it. Go get it.
Thank you, Tata.
Where does it running off to?
I sent him to my house to fetch my steak. I have given it to him.
Oh, Nelson must be very happy.
Yes, indeed. You should see him smiling.
You know what? I love Nelson. He's never rests. He's always ready for take.
What is it? You got a hole in these things here. Get in here, yo. What you want my wife to say now? Look at me. Look at me.
Let me tell me. Let me tell my
I don't come back here.
As you were saying, I've noticed this. He's a very special kind of young man. I have never seen a young man so determined like him.
My memory is mistaken. See, Nelson, I have been observing how helpful you are everywhere. Your grandmother, your aunties and uncles, they all talk good things about you. Even the neighbors, they say good things about you, how brave you are. Here, take good care of this. Show me how you do it.
Oh, yeah. If you don't, I'll come to my
Nelson, you see, with these sticks, we protected our land from the white man. We fought many wars for many years. Before the white men came, our people lived under the rule of the kings, and they moved freely up and down this land without a hindrance. Then the country was ours. We owned the farms, the forests, the rivers, and all the riches of this beautiful land. We set up and operated our own armies. We organized our own trades.
Our generals and soldiers fought bravely against the white man's gun, with spears, sticks, and whatever they could lay their hands on. We had great leaders, such as Ushaka, Utingane,
No Mujaji. They were the pride and glory of our people.
Then the white man came. Some on ox wagons and some on horses. A young warrior sounded the call. All the people in the village came out and welcomed the white man.
When John Van Riebeck and the others came to the Cape to establish the Dutch East Indian Company, our ancestors naively expected them to respect us and trade with us as equals. What a joke.
Instead, they were planning to steal our land and cattle. They would steal our cattle and we would catch them. And that is what caused all the Tosa wars, which the white men so arrogantly calls the Catholic wars. And then look, Nyana, not only did they steal our cattle, they stole our young men and women. Our farms, feed on our land. Hey.
The land belongs to everyone. But the white man does not understand that. He is greedy. He owns things. Things he did not create. Things he did not build. Things he does not know where they come from. But he will tell you, Nelson, this. Don't never touch. They all belong to me.
You will even say stop trespassing. And how can one trespass on land that belongs to her? Tell me that one. The land belongs to us, and yet they say we are trespassing. And now they have taken all the better land in the barren rock and left us with the remaining barren rock and land that they do not even want.
You know what happened to those Africans who refused to leave the land that the white men stole from us and call it his? They were slaughtered like animals.
You know what? You should never forget Bull Hook and what is it? Oh, I'm telling you. 163 men, women, and children.
But did they fight?
Oh, they did fight. But the white men had planes and bombs. Because soon after that ungodly attack, the white men sent the same planes and bombs to bomb our people in Vuyisile. Oh, Nelson. So many were murdered and uprooted from their own.
In the early days, before the white men came, our people did not need any pass before they can travel the country. The nerve of a stranger coming to our home and demanding that we show some useless papers before we can speak, walk, or travel. That is not right.
And that is why I will never kill you.
Or they will kill you.
You mustn't say that. They'll put you in prison. They put you on your head like a criminal. You know what? They'll keep you at the back of your dog. Hey, you should always remember that this is your country. And be proud of yourself.
They were cool. That was cool.
Yes.
I'm confused.
About what?
The missionaries at school teach us that Africans are uncivilized before the white man. They said we worship trees and animals and have no real God. And that we must have peace. That's what caused the Tulsa Wars.
You're praising at school. Listen, within you know very well that the truth of your mighty history cannot be told by a bunch of thieves who have stole our land. Never believe those people.
Was fishing when he noticed a very big boat way up in the horizon. Since he'd never seen such a big boat before and did not know what the boat carried, he hid himself so that he could watch the boat and noticed. As the boat drew nearer, he noticed some strange men were on board, and their skin was fair, their hair was long, and their ears said, if there is Kanila.
Feeling like an elephant.
A meeting was immediately called, and it was decided they would welcome this country. One of the best men that came was wearing a long black coat. He had a cross around his collar now. He carried a book in his hand and told my people the book was called Bible. He taught my people to close their eyes and pray to this one God. And my people, when they opened their eyes, they had the Bible. And the white men had the land. The white man has taught us that if we pray in Tanam, we shall have the pie in the land. While he enjoys the wealth of our country in this very we want the wealth of our country that we have built and sacrificed for. Now, we're going to find out. Do you understand, Nelson?
That's an uncle.
Go with them.
Nelson, we are going, and you are coming. We are the sunset, and you are the sunrise. You are our hope, our African sunrise. Nelson, you are a warrior.
African sunrise, African sunrise, African sunrise, African sunrise. I look into your eyes, and I see sunrise. I see our people's rise.
into your eyes. Let us see sunrise, I see your people's pride. In your young eyes, you're so fresh as the morning dew. You're brand new, and I'll always love you till the end of time. Even when we die, we shall rise and revive. Sunrise, 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 African sunrise. What a midnight rabbit, they told us to pray for an afterlife. In a heavenly abode, up in the sky, up in the sky, up in the sky, up in the sky.
Nelson, we have certainly been through a lot together since the day you came to my office seeking work. As I recall, you were dodging a persistent gentleman the chief sent to collect you.
Yes, I remember, Walter. I had just returned home after being suspended from Fort Hill College. Walter, the chief was furious. I mean, he lectured me thoroughly about how his dear brother, who was of course my father, given me to him to care for in his dying bed. His last words were, "Take care of Nelson." The chief, he then reminded me that he had paid my tuition in college, fed me, clothed me, and how did I repay him? By getting thrown out of college. Even though I believe the authorities were wrong for reducing the powers of our student representative council, and I thought I was justified in organizing a protest boycott of classes. Then, the chief ordered me to apologize to the authorities and go back to college. I probably would have if it hadn't been for Tandy.
The struggle is forever indebted to Miss Tandy, my friend.
Well, the chief thought marriage would settle me down. He made all the arrangements, paid Lobola everything. Of course, he didn't think it was necessary to consult me. Oh, Walter, that Fort Hill College strike was my first great act of civil disobedience.
Except, my friend, you did not stick around to pay the price after you disobeyed. The true adherent to the philosophy of civil disobedience disobeys the unjust law and records punishment. He simply wants the entire world to know the law is unjust and his punishment undeserved.
Impeccable wisdom as always, my friend. You are truly the foundation of our struggle. Walter, this defiance campaign that we are planning, it must work. We are at a crossroad. If the government does not sit down with us and address our grievances, this country will experience the most violent racist war the world has ever seen. Of course, I'm not naive enough to believe that the racist attitude and the belief in white supremacy will disappear after the laws has disappeared. But if the South African government makes it clear that all Africans are equal before the law, attitudes too will change in time. Even if some whites still think that they are the most superior creature on the earth, as long as they keep it inside and under control, they can think whatever foolish thoughts they wish.
At the risk of sounding defeatist and negative, I must confide that I think the government will respond to our peaceful campaign of civil disobedience with naked force and violence, just as they did the past.
Roger, I know that. And they will probably think that communists organize our strike, oppression organize our protests, and they know that. They separate families and force them to live under deplorable conditions. We are this country's economy, and yet we don't make enough to survive. Whenever we visit the homelands, it's for a funeral. Our children starve to death communists organized those men and women. While we were busy reading books and making speeches, those men and women took action. If we call ourselves leaders, Walter, we must live up to the principles that inspired us to form the ANC Youth League.
I agree with you. I remember the first meeting we held. I remember very well. We decided we needed to form a militant youth league to galvanize the ANC. Then Blyth stood up and reminded us how the ANC has been around since 1912, when it was known as the South African Native National Congress. Since that time, the ANC has been committed to non-violent protests and the repudiation of racialism. Nelson, if you want to maintain the respect and support of our people, the ANC must stop being a mere talking shop of intellectuals.
Walter, this is why we must assume leadership role in this defiance campaign. We must go amongst the people and organize them.
How do you do?
Awesome.
Long
time.
How are you, my friend? Long time, eh?
It's hot out there.
Ah, true revolutionary, huh? Right on time.
You could have been here earlier if it was not for Ziggy here.
Hey, I had to take care of my woman. I've not been thoughtful.
Well, gentlemen, I think this defiance campaign will show Prime Minister Milan that we are serious and we mean to have all fundamental human rights in the land of all brothers.
Nelson and I were just saying the same thing. Hopefully, our non-violent campaign will impress the Prime Minister and Parliament. If the government does not repeal the pass laws, the Group Areas Act, and the Suppression of Communism Act, this country will explode.
The Suppression of Communism Act is particularly obnoxious and onerous. Now, it defines communists as anyone who challenges this racist system to change. Now, whether the person has ever heard of Marx, Engels, or Lenin, or ever attended a communist meeting is irrelevant. Now, clearly, the intent of the act is to create silence and passivity among the people. Now, they label us as communists so as to discredit us on the international scene and to justify this fascist police state.
I say, to hell with this defiance campaign.
Right.
Okay? Let's kill them first. There are 3 times more Africans than whites.
Brother, the whites have all the weapons. Besides, we do not want to reduce ourselves to their level. The ANC is dedicated to non-violence.
But I think that policy of non-violence should be reevaluated in light of the violent situation that whites have caused in our country.
Where?
I submit that the white races who control our country see us as subhumans, and they will never peaceably share the power with us. The infusion of whites into the ANC has weakened the organization and has prevented us from developing stronger ties with the African masses.
You all know my position on white and other non-Africans holding membership in our ANC. But I'm an African nationalist, and I am convinced that Africans should lead this struggle against this oppressive system. However, certain whites have consistently identified with our struggle, placing their lives on the line. We cannot say to them they are not welcome.
Then let them form their own organization and struggle in their own communities.
Boy, I'm in the struggle.
ANC should be for Africans only. Whites come in here with their chauvinistic attitudes and try to tell us how we should go about to obtain our freedom. I say the aim of the ANC should be to drive the white man into the sea, because the only language the white man understands is violence. Because he violently stole our land, violently stole our gold and diamonds, and violently violated our women and murdered our people. He wants us to work like donkeys and not even pay us enough money to feed our families with. Every day, Nelson, we have to pay our tuition, our rent, and buy a meal. My boss does not even know my name. To him, I'm invisible.
They don't see you, look right through you till there's work to do. They call you boy, steal all your joy, throw you away like an old toy.
We must take into account the concrete situation in these countries and realize that the different nation groups have come to stay. However, we must insist that a condition for international peace and progress is the abandonment of white supremacy. But there must be a change in the basic structure of South African society, that those relations which breed exploitation and human misery will disappear. Now look, our goal should be the winning of national freedom for African people and the inauguration of a people's free society where racial oppression and persecution will be outlawed. Oh look, man, you must concede that some Europeans
and if so, their voices are negligible, and in the last analysis accounts for nothing. The white man is our enemy. Ever since he came to our country, he has brought nothing but misery and oppression. I say we should drive the white man into the sea. Yes?
We should kill some white policemen and blow up some buildings. Right? Then the government will respect us.
The purpose of this meeting is to finalize plans for the non-violent defiance campaign we voted to organize. Now, if you want to kill and blow up buildings, I suggest you find another meeting. My brother, I understand your feeling. When I was your age, I refused to struggle with whites. Even now, I am still a little distrustful of some of our allies, many of whom are communists. I don't believe we Africans should impose a philosophy that is foreign to us. But however, when I examine the action as well as the work of the communists, they are the only party that treat us Africans as equal. They have consistently provided us with material as well as moral support for our cause.
That is why I joined the communists. They respect me as a man, yes. See? And they are opposed to this racist regime as I am opposed to it. We have much more in common than we have differences. My brothers, the reason I am here today is because of my belief in uniting against the common oppressor of the Lungu, the white man.
Britannia, you might be a communist, but you are a nationalist at heart. You love African people, and you believe in your people's ability to be partakers of a free democratic government. Now, I believe that we should work with all South Africans who are willing to change this unjust laws.
I agree. The ANC should specifically reject foreign leadership as well as the wholesale importation of foreign ideology. However, such ideology, if useful, should be selectively bottled. But now that we have taken care of these preliminaries, may I suggest we get down to business. Remember, we still need to delegate specific duties to organize our campaign. First of all, we need a national volunteer chief to visit people in the townships and inspire them with confidence in their ability to overcome oppression through a direct, non-violent challenge to the government.
Mandela's the man. Although we still have disagreements about strategy and tactics, I still believe he is unquestionable. One of the most sincere and inspirational brothers I have ever met.
You flatter me, my brother. You flatter me.
No flattery intended. I simply speak the truth. What about it?
My boy!
Africa!
Very good. Accepted. Now, gentlemen, shall we get down to business? Now, first of all, I will immediately make out a plan and go after this task. You know, I think we should, I should draft a letter to Prime Minister Elan and advise him of our protest. Maybe then he will sit down and listen to reason.
Although I do not think it will do any good, I'll work on the letter.
Well, I'll help you, Walter. Good. Now, perhaps if we emphasize a peaceful, non-violent nature of our intended campaign, the government will at least not respond violently, even if they do not address our grievances. Nelson will also come to be organized in the township.
Oh, very good.
And Nelson, Bruno and I will pass out leaflets on the campuses and make sure the students can organize.
So we'll call you so we can organize the union.
Very good. So now we all set. So let's meet, let's say, next Friday and show everybody the marvelous progress which we have made. Huh?
East Africa!
To the family.
Amandla Ka Mandela.
Amandla Ka Mandela. Returned from your trip abroad, I said, to hell with this foolish man. I'm going to see my comrade and hear all about the reception our cause received in London, China, and the Soviet Union.
Everywhere I went, my friend, the leaders greeted me warmly and expressed their abhorrence for this government and its policies. Ironically, even though I received the largest cash donation from the British, Britain has the largest monetary investment in this country. Britain refuses to vote against South Africa in the UN, thereby signaling their approval for this apartheid regime. I tried to make them see the contradiction between their actions, but to no avail. Unfortunately, as long as the British and Americans continue to reap huge profits in this country, they've always turned their heads from our oppression and misery. What was that? Did I hear something?
Oh. Walter, it's probably security police. Pay it no mind. It goes in the territory of being a bad man. You know, in the name of the law, I find myself isolated and restricted from my people who think like me. I find myself being trailed by the security police everywhere I go. In short, I find myself being treated as a common criminal, an unconvicted criminal, Walter.
Friend, don't feel alone. You and I and every other person who speaks out against this fascist regime are targeted. The more that we peacefully agitate, the more draconian their laws become. And here, while I was away, they passed a law requiring our women to carry passports.
Yes, that is true, my brother. Over 20,000 women from all over the country converge. Some wearing ANC blouses, some wearing saris, carrying babies strapped to their backs with baskets of food. Walter, they marched into the amphitheater and stood silent in the Union building. And at a gesture from Lillian Goring, they broke out with a warrior song.
Hozari Matoda, Hozari Bomade, Wazari, Siya Pambele.
Mandela is the most prolific leader the Women's League has ever had. She correctly pointed out the horrors we African men go through with this new requirement of carrying a pass. It is a crime if you are unemployed and there is not an employer's signature on your passport. She pointedly states, if the husband is to be arrested and the mother, who shall take care of our children?
Friend, the law is still on the books, and the sisters still have to carry the passes. I tell you, Nelson, you cannot appeal to the conscience of a man who does not possess a conscience. The government takes our peacefulness for weakness.
But Walter, what do you suggest? The ANC has a history of over 50 years of disciplined, non-violent protests.
Exactly. And what has it gotten us? Africans are in a worse position than we were 50 years ago. We tried the Gandhi Star Defiance campaign, you remember? And what did the government do? Pass more severe laws, imprison our people, whip our people, and murder our people. Then we wrote eloquent appeals to the government to change their ways, or at least to talk to us. What did they do? They either ignore us or have the secretary write one of those good court replies. Nelson, despite the fact that you and Tambo are excellent lawyers, because of the color of your skin, you can never become a magistrate or a judge.
Whatever you say is true. Which brings this discussion back to your threat. With whatever agitation we do in this country, Walter, we must get our friends abroad to apply economic sanctions and isolate the regime.
I agree. The Soviet Union and China have consistently voted against South Africa in the UN, and as in the past, have provided financial support for our cause. When they do that, they pledge to continue their support.
Very good. So this is why, Walter, we must remain non-aligned and continue to send our emissaries to Western as well as Eastern countries to support. Well, my friend, I won't have you break the law any longer by dealing with this banned criminal. Do you know, Walter, South Africa has the dubious distinction of having the highest prison population in the world. It seems like every African who's convicted of a crime comes to my law office. Well, my friend, I know you're tired.
Do the best you can, my brother.
Say my regards to the family.
Will. Amandla Ka Mandela.
Amandla Ka Mandela. They don't even know my name. They call me a dog.
what you gonna do, man?
What is the meaning of this?
Shut your bloody mouth, Mandela.
Am I being arrested?
You being arrested, of course.
What is the charge?
High treason, subversive communism, and conspiracy to overthrow the mandated government of South Africa. That's my government, my family's government. And Councillor, that's your government. You know, personally, I hope they stretch your copper neck. Now let's go! I said, let's go!
in and out of jail and his law practice, he doesn't have time to enjoy it. No, Zabo, you have to speak to Lady yourself. This is a social worker and women's organization that's involved. Yes, that's true. Nelson and I have become such total comrades in the struggle, and there's no such thing as reporting we're going to a meeting. If I come home and my Nelson isn't here, I know he's off to one of his meetings. I'm telling you, when I married Nelson, I married our struggle. This is not the typical life of a young bride.
And are you complaining?
Oh, no. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not complaining.
I'm too small in this large liberation machine. Blacks are dying every day for this cause. Who am I to compare my little life? Our cause is too great for me to even be thinking about what happens to me personally. Nelson loves me and he loves our children, but he loves his larger family, our people. And that love comes before himself and us. I understood that when I married him.
Darling! Come here, please, darling. I have something to tell you I think you might want to hear. Now, these chaps are asking, how did I manage to marry such a pretty lady like you? I think they should have asked, how did you manage to marry such a handsome man like you? No. Gentlemen. Now, you all know that my wife is a social worker. She works with much accidents and broken bone cases.
How about broken heart?
One day, she told me, Nelson, honey, if you marry me, I will tell all my clients you are the best lawyer in all Johannesburg. And send me all the cases. Now, how could I refuse such an offer?
You know that is not true.
How do you know? I was in jail for past violation. I spent 8 months in jail and 2 months out on work farm in the Cape. If Winnie had not gotten a letter from this white man in Joburg saying that he had a job for me here, those bloody bastards, I would have worked those bloody bastards to death in those men. Look at me, I'm as skinny as a snake. All they give me to eat is mealy meal and water. And most of the time it had birds in it. It's a good thing Winnie got me out of that jail. I was about to use one of those jealous heads as a football.
You may make laughter out of this oppressive system. No, it's not funny.
I'm serious too. You should have seen me. When I walked down the hall, everyone stand out of the room. Yeah. When I walked out of the room, nobody came around. They said, Ziki's coming.
Now that all they need, and then you cut their feet. Pulled the wallet wipe, and then you took his life. Right. I asked you once, I asked you twice.
Are you men or mice?
Cooked the food, and then you poisoned him real good. And no white man can walk in your neighborhood. Right. I asked you once, I asked you twice. Tell me,
Are you men or mice? This is our land, we are Africans. This is our land, we must take a stand. It's time, everybody. We've got to stand up for our rights.
knocked out all their teeth, and then you cut their feet. Pulled the ball's wife, and then you took his life.
Right.
I asked you once, I asked you twice. Tell me,
Are you men or mice?
are you men or mice?
Are you men or mice? Are you men or mice?
Take back your man.
Are you men or mice?
Oh, yeah. Are you men or
Winnie, has she returned the dress she borrowed from you? Well, the sister is right. No sense crying and complaining how cruel and unjust the government is. It won't set us free.
The more I live on experience and the more I read about other people's struggles and experiences, I become scientific. Okay, we have to be scientific in our struggle.
And we know why the government maintains apartheid.
Of course, they reap huge profits from apartheid, and it reinforces their irrational and fanatical belief in white supremacy.
You know, if Africans have access to the ballot and education, majority rule will mean an end to their unjust system.
They are like a drowning man.
they have at their disposal to terrify and control the African.
But it does not matter what they do, because truth and justice are on our side.
That's right.
We will win. We have survived for generations, and we will win. They can charge us with treason. We will win. They can pass laws. They can pass bad laws. But we will win.
Well, friend, comrade, I don't want to leave, but I have to be going. My husband and I used to wake up early in the morning to go to work.
Well, my esteemed old partner, Minister Mandela, understands. We both have to wake up quite early to get a report tomorrow morning.
And what day?
This is our land, we are African. This is our land, we must take a stand. It's time that we fight. We've got to stand up for
Winnie, darling, you are beautiful. You know that? Not only on the outside, but in the inside too. You can look at that ugly system and that ugly death road and see a beautiful future world rising like the phoenix out of its ashes.
The government has passed laws forbidding us to do just about everything. But so far, there's no plan on it.
Well, I know something they haven't banned yet. This one is for the good guy. The bandits do not control the world.
Nelson, I tell you, when the judge called you and Uncle Walter and the others to the stand, my heart was beating so fast. Oh, I thought it would explode. And then when the judge said,
No guilty.
you may go. I started laughing and crying at the same time. Darling, I didn't know that was humanly possible.
Darling, have I told you today how much I love you? How much joy you bring to my heart and soul?
But even when you don't say it, I think it.
Winnie, I can't stay.
Yes.
Oh, Winnie, but please, darling, please. Pack some of my clothes in a...
Just come back.
Winnie, I have to go. Pack some of my clothes and my toiletries in a suitcase. I will be going away for a very long time. Darling, please don't cry. Try and understand. My friends will give you news of me from time to time. Winnie, please, take care of the kids, the children. I know you have the strength and the courage to do so without me. Please. And come back to me. You know I love you and the children. You don't have to tell me about my duties. I love you. Zami, darling, please, don't cry. Please, I must go. Here. Take it.
Please come in.
I'm sorry, Miss Mandela. Did I come at a bad time?
No, it's just that I thought. Never mind. Let's sit down. Shall I get you something, tea or coffee? No, please work.
Are you alright?
Please, tell me what it is.
My husband has just been arrested. And he was the only one who There's 6 children, they have no food. I tried to get to his spot. What did we see? I need help, Miss Mandela. You know I have no friends so wet, except my husband and my children.
Come now, Mrs. Lamini. You have a family. We are your family. You should have come sooner. I tell you what. Call this lawyer and tell him that I referred you and that you have no money. He will help you. I will write friends in London for a small donation for you. Please, Mrs. Lamini, you must come back tomorrow and give me your complete case history. And Mrs. Lamini, if you have need for anything, you know that you are welcome here.
Thank you, Miss Mandela.
Don't worry. Everything will be all right.
Thank you.
But Miss Mandela, look to another one.
Yes. I have you. You have someone. And together we have power. And wait.
Izingane zilambile nje ukudla asafanele senze njani. Nomhlaba uthathile inkosi angathi fanele wenze njani. Kwakhulu. Mrs. Mandela, God bless you. Sale kahle nkosikazi.
Nobody remembers your name. You never achieved fame. You just did what you had to do. Nobody remembers
you have to do.
Oh, Winnie! Have you seen this morning's paper?
No, I haven't been out there today. Something happened with me.
Oh, no, nothing like that. It just says that last week, Nelson was spotted in London and Algeria.
Way up north. Oh, yes, she can see Carlos from there.
All right, let me read it.
Sissy, I mean it. Come on, don't. Sissy. Please,
And they say he is in violation of breaking his very orders.
Stop that. No, my Nelson cannot be caged like an animal. He doesn't belong to Pretoria Zoo. And Nelson was born to be married, and Nelson will always be Amandla.
Wait! My God, these people are truly foolish. The man is on the ground. He is our leader, the head of the ANC. He is representing us all over the world. He doesn't give a damn about burning orders.
You know, when Nelson and I were married, come on. You better not fail me today, all right? Give me a break, okay? It's true. When Nelson and I were first married, I never realized our lives would be like this. All I knew was my Nelson was a good man. When Zelly and Susie were first born, he used to rock them to sleep, sing songs to them, and Nelson cannot sing. But the sound of his voice was the sweetest sound I've ever heard. Remember when he used to know the Mama would say, I don't let Nelson in here, you don't know what he's up to. And we'd sneak him in the back door and tell a story. No. Don't worry. Everything will be all right. He will come back to you.
And very soon.
You can smell the letters in your
to get ready for work to tend to the welfare of our poor children.
Oh, well, in that case.
Tell my two, Mom loves them, and maybe I'll pick them up and maybe I won't. No, tell them I'll be by sometime after work today.
Okay, don't sound.
All right. All right. Out with you. I'm okay. Let it go.
I have a letter from His Excellency Nelson Mandela.
President, what are you doing dressed like this? I hardly recognize you.
Oh, the consternation of my comrades. I came to see my beautiful wife and my lovely children. By the way, where are the children?
Oh, I'm sorry. They were there. They spent the night. Sorry, I didn't know you come.
Oh, well, you had no way of knowing. With the life I'm leading, Winnie, I'm here one day, I'm there the next day, I'm everywhere. In fact, I'm nowhere.
I'm not going for that one. Nelson, I believe in you.
By the way, did you receive my letter from Aria?
Yes. You have outdone yourself with this letter. I'm telling you, I read it every day. But Nelson, it is so beautiful. Can I read it to you?
Winnie, can you read it to me? I wrote the letter.
Please, Nelson.
All right, you can read it.
My favorite part, sir. My darling son. Since I disregarded my bands, I have been able to see our beautiful country. Being away from this concrete jungle has been new. Oh, down the trees and the rivers, the quietness of affairs in the countryside, the best experience is living with our people all around the country. I really know our cause is righteous and the people support us. They feed me and house me. The Cape, Muslims, Indians, whites, and of course Africans. Even though they risk arrest and detention themselves. Oh, and when I traveled and went to other parts of Africa, for the first time in my life, I felt truly free. Blacks and whites were walking down the street together, going to the cinema, doing a million things that are forbidden here. And the trip to Algeria was really positive. I'd taken courses in military training.
Yes, Winnie, we must be prepared if we are to take our country back.
Can't imagine you with a gun in your hand. I met with Kenyatta and Nkrumah and other African leaders, and they were unanimous in the support of our struggle. They have shared material aid and, of course, moral support. We have discussed the ploy this government uses to discredit us by labeling our struggle a foreign communist-inspired
Winnie,
conspiracy.
a starving woman in the homeland doesn't need a foreigner to tell her that the government illegally took her land that her family has owned for generations and throw her like a sack of flour on this arid piece of rock. A foreigner does not, a woman does not need a foreigner to tell her that her stomach is empty. The government can call me a dog, but that doesn't mean I have to get down on all fours and start backing like one. Their propaganda and lies will not stop us. We will win.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud to be a wife.
Winnie, you don't know how much joy and comfort this brings to my heart. Sammy, I can't stay.
I'm getting used to this, yes.
Winnie, you know I have to go. I have a meeting with the chief attorney. I have to go. It's important.
But darling, I'm worried. I mean, you come out in a day like this. The time you met me in downtown Joburg, you bought me a new car. There were police everywhere.
I know.
I thought the underground was a place where you come out at night and wear trench coats or something.
No, baby. Underground isn't like that.
But they put him in prison. He was charged with sabotage. I think Foster should be charged. He should be charged with espionage, for he slaughtered our dreams and our daughters. But listen to the crowds. I hear them singing all over the world. I said, listen to the crowds. I hear them singing all over the world. Listen to the crowds. They're singing all over the world. They're singing no tears, 'cause our future is bright. You can sentence our leaders to life. I said you, God can sentence our leaders to life.
Amandla Mandela, I find you guilty of all the charges against you. I hereby sentence you to life imprisonment with hard labor. You will be confined at the prison on Robben Island with no possibility of parole. May God have mercy on you, Mr. Mandela.
Winnie, non exile. You can cry now. Let it all out. You look like a queen walking out of that courtroom today with that big, pretty smile on your face. Winnie, I'm so proud of you. You're so strong. You didn't let them see you cry. I really love you, Sissy. Sissy, everything will be all right. Even though they have sentenced Nelson and these other men to life. Sissy, but whatever it is, they are setting on the sun. It's bringing their rule closer to an end. Please, darling, don't take it so hard. It really breaks my heart to see you suffer. What are we going to do? I know it hurts, darling. I know. Sissy, remember when Nelson was underground, eh? And you used to wait for him to come to you. Remember, Sissy? Remember that song you used to sing for him? Remember? No matter where you are, no matter how far, you will always have a part of my heart. Who's there?
It's me, Sid! Open up!
Please! Please, Mr. Mandela!
Shut up, you traitor!
What are you doing?
I've captured the traitor dog who informed the security police and the CIA where Nelson could be found.
How do you know this?
Ask him!
How do you package it?
You lived with Mandela. You walked with Mandela. I cooked food for you. Why? Why?
I overheard him telling the security police, he was telling the sister that he found some money and he had a lot of it. And she asked him, how did you get so much money? And he said, the security police gave it to him for turning him the most wanted man in the country. What?
Kill each other like animals. Our conditions are so miserable. The circumstances most you Oh, this is so much profit making by the wise. They want to make their profit. Did you really make your clothes? Did you really your dreams? Did you really your Do you know what's wrong? You've made a deal with the devil that he would shower you with gold. No one thing he forgot to tell you, you had lost your soul. Just think of all you lost, all you have gained. The entire world gave your whole world. Tell me, did you really get your dream? Did you really get your profit? Do you know what's wrong?
What? Sister, you do not know what you will do. We have to make examples out of people like you. Thank you, Mrs. Mandela.
Take him.
Thank you.
The sight of him
Thank you.
disgusts me.
God bless you.
Filthy bastard like this does not deserve to live. Wait. It's the sister.
There you go. That's a fact.
Go ahead. We must change the system.
Right. There you go.
Kill each other, taking out the petty misery of each other. No. There is a real enemy. The real enemy over to the house. Okay?
Daddy. I guess it's all the excitement I was in reading Daddy's redaction of Butler's insulting conditional album. And I said to Sappers, I knew it.
That's right. I'm so proud of your father. He stayed strong all these years. He has this way of inspiring confidence in his people, making them feel like no matter what comes, we can handle it, that we will ultimately win.
You know, we have been through a lot of resistance, Daddy, especially you, Mom. The first time they took you to prison when we were little girls was so painful. My small world collapsed, just like a balloon, stuck with a pin. I was so scared. I missed you so much.
And we have come for a lot. Our friends from school are afraid to come to our house and play because they and their families would immediately be picked up by security police and questioned. For what? The crime of playing with the Mandela. I think one of the main reasons I fell in love with Movie was because he was not afraid. You know, he would come home with me and talk.
Yes, I remember those days quite vividly. And maybe in school.
We did.
A relative would register us under her name, but as soon as they found out we were Mandela's daughters, they would kick us out of those schools so fast.
You poor Mom, you used to worry so much about us. Here you were even out of jail, put in solitary confinement, and tortured from my that one, and you still had time to worry about what was happening to us.
Come on, of course I worry about you. You're my children, and I love you. I have no control over the government arresting me and persecuting me, even once putting me out of my very home. But I still love you. You'll never know what it feels like until you have children of your own, how it is to not be able to care for it. And when I was with you, I would spoil you rotten, giving you all the love I could to make up for the times when you didn't have a mother or
Mommy, you are such a very sweet person. I mean, you go out of your way to find destitute old ladies, and you have them. It's true. Remember, Ceci, when the security police arrested us, dragged us out of the house, and banished us to that horrible Brantford? You immediately started doing what? Feeding the hungry children and organizing the people. But you know, Mommy, when you fight with those police, you got a hell of a temper.
Don't deny it now. Don't deny it. You've got to admit that one. You know, you're so courageous. Sometimes you even scare me. You know, like you were just so much of rebellion after the police kept murdering the children in the streets. And you and Dr. Mutala and other community leaders, of course, you went to Protea police station to lodge complaint. And this impudent major
oh, yes, the major.
he took disrespectful to you and accused you of starting the riots. She threw a book at
Shoot! And Dr. Mutulana told us how you called the major a bloody murderer and the killer of our children, and how you ordered him to stop those bastards from killing us in the streets.
I'm telling you, your godfather talks too much.
Right there.
Hey, I consider myself to be a common person. All right. But I'm a nice person. I respect everyone. But I will not respect someone that doesn't respect me.
But Mom, those police had machine guns. Weren't you scared?
No. I was too angry to be scared. Hey, I understand why our children picked up dust heaps in the streets as shields against machine gun fire. Of course I didn't want them to be cannon fodder for fascist police, but nonetheless I understand. When you are people oppressed so hard, you want your freedom at any cost. You're oblivious to the risks. What? Your father, that's why. He used to accuse me of being undisciplined and unscientific because I used to throw my shoes talking to me in Afrikaans, and me with my skirt in the air. He saw my embarrassment and my reaction, but did he retreat 1 inch? No. He just stood there talking to me as if it was the most natural thing in the world. All I did was slap him. And the next thing I know, he fell on the dresser, the dresser fell on him, and that's how that Now, even the South African Supreme Court found me innocent in that. Wow.
Please be careful. You know they've made several attempts on your life, some of them in this very house. I even wrote to the UN. You remember this? I wrote to the UN to ask them to protect you. We care about you and worry about you, that's all.
Helen is grown to be beautiful young But you don't have to worry for me, because we are survivors. Besides, I consider myself to be a barometer of what's going on with other people. If they're banning me, torturing me, trying to take my very life, putting me in solitary confinement for 12 years, and it's brought to life, it matches what they usually are.
I know, Mother, but you gotta be careful.
Come on, Lindsay. Practice your speech for us.
Okay, I'll go and get it.
All right, you stop it. You have music. Oh, she had to speak. She put a break already. Oh, come on. You're the oldest. You're not allowed to act
On Friday, my mother and our attorney saw my father at Portsmouth Prison to obtain his answer to Botha's offer of conditional release. My father should be here himself to tell you what he thinks of this statement by Botha. He is not allowed to do so. My mother, who also heard his words, is not allowed to speak to you today. My father and his comrades at Portsmouth Prison send their greetings to you, the freedom-loving people of this, our tragic land, in the full confidence that you will carry on the struggle for freedom. He, with his comrades at Portsmouth Prison, sends his warmest greetings to Bishop Tutu, who has made it clear to the world that the Nobel Peace Prize belongs to you, who are the people. We salute him. My father says, I am a member of the African National Congress. I have always been a member of the ANC, and I will remain a member of the ANC until the day I die. My father says, I am surprised at the conditions that the government wants to impose on me. I'm not a violent man. It was only when all other forms of resistance were no longer open to us that we then turned to armed struggle. Let's both show that he is different to Malan, Stradum, and Fergus. Let him renounce violence. Let him say that he will dismantle apartheid. Let him unban the People's Organization, the ANC. Let him free all who have been imprisoned, banned, or exiled for their opposition to apartheid. Let him guarantee free political activity so that the people may decide who will govern them. I am not less likely than you are, but I cannot sell my birthright, nor am I prepared to sell the birthright of the people to be free. I am imprisoned as the representative of the people and of your organization, the ANC, which was banned. What freedom am I being offered while the organization of the people remains banned? What freedom am I being offered when I may be arrested on a past offense? What freedom am I being offered to live my life as a family with my dear wife? What freedom am I being offered when I must ask for permission to live in an urban area? What freedom am I being offered when I need a stamp in my pass to seek work? What freedom am I being offered when my very South African citizenship is not respected? Only free men can negotiate. Prisoners cannot enter into contracts. I cannot and will not give any undertaking at the time when I and you, the people, are not free. Your freedom and mine cannot be separated. I will return.
I'm telling you, your father could not have been more beautiful and
But instead he chose to fight. He would not live their normal life.
White colonized, Mandela sacrificed.
That is the power of Mandela. His spirit never left us, always loved us and respected us. Even when we did not love ourselves, now he has returned, and all of us want to see him lead our country. But instead he goes to fight. He would not live a normal life.
White colonized, Mandela sacrificed.
That is the power of Mandela.
Mandela, Mandela.
The world loves you.
Mandela, Mandela.
The whole world loves you.
Mandela, Mandela.
The whole world loves you.
Mandela, Mandela.
The whole world loves you.
Friends, comrades, many of you have laid down your lives for your country. It is because of you I'm here tonight. My life is in your hand.
Freedom is not free. You pay a price for liberty. 10,000 tears, flooding away fighters. Even victims struggle when the rocket tighter. Get the lion, teach the truth. Jesus Christ, unity. Get the lion, teach the truth.